Hey guys, this is Cameron with Emerson House Buyers, bringing real estate knowledge to you every week, answering your questions. Um, Trying something a little different here. We'll see if this setup works out. Um, so, like I said, every week I look at people's questions across YouTube, Facebook, personal messages I've gotten, and I try to answer those for you guys. Now, again, warning, I am not an attorney, financial advisor, or anything like that. And I know just a very small segment of real estate. There are a lot more people out there who know a lot more than I do. So take what I say fits into my goals and my knowledge. But like I said, I built up a portfolio of over $1 million in real estate in just over a year. So you can do it. It's possible, and I'm just trying to answer your guys' questions to let you know how I did that and avoid some of those headaches and hurdles you have to go through. So a question we received this week was asking about how I manage a full-time job with 7 properties and working the leads, rehabbing, renting, and then asked about what happens during work hours. What do you do? So I broke it down into basically 3 things. Number 1, I have an outstanding team. Number 2, I control my time, very, very protective of my time. And then the last piece, number 3, is the tools that I use. So I have some tools that I've either developed or stolen from people who are extremely productive. So first one, about a great team. You guys have to find people who are experienced. You don't want to get, especially starting out, you're the one who doesn't have the knowledge. You need to rely on these people that that have all this knowledge. You can't be the one to hold somebody, your title company's hand or your contractor's hand or anything like that. You have to deal with people who know what they're doing. So I built a fantastic team. My mentor helped me do it. I used people. I met at local RIAs and asked them who their contractors were, who their title companies were, who their roofers were, who their foundation companies are, and you just build up a list. So my great team, and I mentioned before, you guys can go back and look at some of the other videos, who's on my team: realtors, contractors, loan officers, I mean really everybody in real estate, mentors. It's expanding every day. So number 1, great team. Build up a fantastic team of knowledgeable, experienced people that'll help you out. Number 2, like I mentioned, I control my time. So the ways I control my time, I'm very selective with how I work. I'm fortunate that I can go in when I want and leave when I want. So I go in the office at 5 a.m. and I work until 3 p.m. So that allows me to have basically the rest of the evening to conduct meetings or relax or engage in personal activities, whatever. But it allows me the whole evening to do real estate or anything else. If you don't want to do that, you can slide the scale and try to get some stuff in the morning. But outside those hours, I have a very regimented schedule. So I take phone calls at a certain time. I batch call people back. I walk through properties at certain times in the evening or try to schedule them on the weekends. I'm very methodical about how I do all that. If somebody wants to meet me for a coffee or something, I just make sure it fits in my schedule. And like I said, I'm very selective on who I will meet with and who I'll let eat up my time. So, and that's one of the reasons we're doing the YouTube videos. I got numerous texts, messages, private messages on Facebook, whatever it is, ask me about certain things. I started getting the same questions over and over and over, which is great. It's just why not do it once, and then you guys can share it with each other, help each other out. It's out there for everybody to learn. So protect your time. Don't just let somebody email if you can. Try to stay off the phones. A phone will eat up a lot of your time pretty quickly. But that's about all I have to say. Just be protective, get regimented, and get on a schedule. Tools. So number 3, the last thing I use, the tools I had written down, there's a couple here. So Dropbox or Google Drive, Evernote, and Boomerang. So Boomerang allows you to send emails delayed. So let's just say, for example, this weekend I want to send the title company a contract, a piece of a contract, which actually happened. So instead of sending it on Saturday or Sunday, and then sitting in their inbox when they get there Monday morning, they have all these emails, I can actually delay that sent message until Monday morning at 9 a.m. or 8:30 or 10 or whatever. So it's kind of the first thing they get when they get in their inbox, or it's at least at the top of the list. The other one is Dropbox, Google Drive. Well, one other thing about Boomerang, so it can also allow you to return emails you receive. So if you receive something, you say, well, I don't need to worry about that for another 2 weeks, or that's coming up in the next month. I can send it back in my own inbox in a month later. So let's just say like an event's coming up. I put it in my calendar, but I want to make sure I remember and prepare for it like a week or so ahead of time, do some research on it. Let's say it's coming up 3 months later. I'll boomerang that back to my inbox, so it comes back as a new email 2 months later, or a week before the event. And then I'm saying, oh, okay, yeah, I have this I need to go to. I need to do a little research and prepare for. So it's very, very useful in scheduling your time. The last one, Dropbox and Google Drive. We got Evernote as well. So Dropbox and Google Drive. Those are cloud-based services. I'm sure you guys know what they are, but they've just been hugely beneficial for sharing photos, folders, keeping contracts aligned, being able to attach them in emails, pulling stuff up on my phone. When I go out to a property, take a bunch of pictures, I throw it into Drive or Google Drive or Dropbox, and I can share it and look at it on any device I want. You can also share it with team members, so it makes it really, really, really simple. The designer for the website, we shared a lot of things through Dropbox, and it was hugely beneficial. Also, Google Drive for some copywriting work I had done. But yeah, those are just great for organizing all your thoughts and having them in a single location or a cloud location where you can pull from any device you want. And the last one's Evernote. So Evernote is like Google Drive or Dropbox, but for note taking. So if I do an analysis on a property and I have some notes I want to take down, I'll put it in Evernote under 123 Main Street, and then I'll file it under the Emerson properties. And I can access that from my computer, from anywhere, share it with people just like Google Drive or Dropbox, and I can add to it. So let's say I remember something, I need to call so-and-so, or need to add this into the notes for 123 Main Street. Well, I just add it in there and boom, I can pull it up on any device, my computer, cell phone, tablet, whatever, and share it with team members. So it just allows you a consolidation of your notes and really organizes everything, because Google Drive and Dropbox aren't really great for note taking, and it just organizes everything that way. So I have properties, books I've read, things I've taken down there, highlights, key points in meetings, whatever. But you can, and it's searchable, so it's fantastic. I think it's like $50 a year. It's really, really, really cheap. So those are the 3 things, guys. How do I manage my time with a full-time job and and several rental properties and everything else we're doing? I'll just repeat them again. 1, I have a fantastic team. Great, great, great team members. Realtors, all the way through contractors. The second one, I control my time. I'm very protective of my time. And then the third one, I use some of these productivity hacks, these tools. And the last question that was kind of tied into that one was, what do you do when stuff happens during work hours? Which is what I was talking about with protecting my time. I funnel people, I make people have the illusion of choice, and I'll funnel them into the afternoon hours. And I'll say, well, when can we come out to the property? And they might say, well, 8 o'clock. Well, I'm busy. Can we do 11 for lunchtime? Or can we do 2 or 3 in the afternoon? What about this weekend? I mean, you just give them the illusion of choice and fit them into the hours that you have scheduled. So if you work 9 to 5, try to see them at 8. Try to see them at 5:30. If you can get out an hour for lunch, do that. So there are ways to do it. There are ways to get around it. That's all I have for this one, guys. I hope this helped you out. And hopefully anybody with a full-time job, this gave you a little bit of an idea of where that it's possible. I mean, and that you can do this. It's not too difficult. You just have to manage your time and build up a great team and use some of these tools. If you guys find this valuable, please share it with somebody. Share it with a friend or family member. Comment below if you have any other questions. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.